Hello children, good morning to you all. Welcome you all to the new session after the Diwali holidays. Today we are starting our new session, first session in that subject. We are taking social studies throughout this week. After social studies one lesson is over, we are going for English lesson. Okay. Before starting anything, I would like to ask you one thing. I hope you all have enjoyed the holidays. So now it is time to prepare for the exams as well as learn the lessons. Okay. That's how we are going to do our lessons from today onwards. So before going to that, before the holidays, I came to know that you people have a doubt that I have not taught first lessons. Directly I taught last 3 lessons. It is not like that. I have started with the first lesson and I have done with the first 3 lessons. Then I did with other 5 lessons in the social studies textbook. So let me tell you about it. Okay. Then so that I can clear your doubts. So we have done, some children must have joined us online classes late. It may happen. Some may be the new admissions. So you may not be knowing about it. So we have already started with the first lesson, the globe and map. Second, latitudes and longitudes. Third, weather versus climate. These 3 lessons are over. After these 3 lessons are over, we have done with the struggle towards freedom in the month of August. We started our lessons in July. And in the August being the time of Independence Day celebrations, you should know about how big struggle and sacrifice is done by our freedom fighters. How hard they worked for getting this freedom. That's, you should have an idea about it. That's why I started with these lessons about freedom, independence. Okay. So like that, we did 15th, the struggle towards freedom, 16th, freedom struggle, 17th, Independence Day. Then we did October portion, that is the United Nations and organs of United Nations. Why? Because United Nations was formed in the month of October. October 24th, we celebrate as the UN Day. That's why I have done this lesson in that month, to make you know about the importance of the days. That is how we plan the lessons according to the months. In which month which lesson has to be taken, that we decide and take. It is not like that I skip the lessons and go to next lesson. No, we do according to our plan. We have planned according to our plan. We did nearly how many lessons? 9 lessons. First 3, 15, 16, 17. 8 lessons we have completed. And today what we are starting is the 9th lesson. So don't have the confusion in your mind that I have not taught the previous lessons. It's not like that. First 3 lessons are over. Based on that, today I am starting a new lesson. So please don't have that wrong conception. Remove it from your mind and be happy and fresh for today's learning. Understand? What is our lesson today? I will tell you. So in that way, in this month now I am going to take the lesson, the land of dense forests, the Democratic Republic of Congo, then the land of ice and snow, Greenland, and the journey of machines. In this way, these 3 lessons I am going to take for you now. Now means in the month of November and December, if possible, 1 more lesson. Okay, that is how our plan goes on. So you don't be in any confusion about it. Understood, children? So now let me take the lesson. So we have done the 3rd lesson, climate versus weather versus climate, long back. in the month of July or September we did that lesson. So in that lesson what we learned, weather is different, climate is different. Day to day, every day, every hour's change in the atmospheric condition is called weather, and an average of this atmospheric condition or weather condition is known as the climate. Understand? So this climate cannot be the same everywhere based on the heat received by the earth and the latitude, important latitudes, location of important latitudes and heat received by the earth. The whole earth is divided into three important climatic zones. The first is torrid zone, which is around the equator. Second is temperate zone, which is between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the north, and Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the south. Then our Arctic Circle, we call it polar region or frigid zone. From Arctic Circle to the North Pole, Antarctic Circle to the South Pole. This is how the whole earth is divided into three major, climatic zones. On what basis? On the basis of the heat received by the earth. On the basis of the sun's heat received by the earth, it is done. That is how we have to study about it. And while teaching you about the climatic zones, how the climate varies from one zone to another is taught. So, on the basis of these climatic zones, on the basis of the variations in the climatic conditions in different parts of the world, the whole world is divided into 6 physical features. I taught you in the beginning, very beginning of the teaching session. First is equatorial region, second is temperate region, means grasslands, third polar region or tundra region, hot deserts, monsoon regions and Mediterranean region. Monsoon and Mediterranean regions are excluded, and we are going to study about the 4 major climatic zones or physical divisions of the world. They are equatorial region, grasslands, torrid zone, frigid zone and deserts. Understand? These all 4 are divided on the basis of the heat, rainfall received by that particular area of land. So, how we are studying about them? We are going to take the example of one country lying in this particular region, and we are studying about it, and more or less the climatic condition, life of people, food habits, dressing, all one and the same in almost all other parts of the world lying in the particular region. So first of all, we are taking equatorial region. Understand? We are taking equatorial region. Equatorial region means the region. Region means area lying around the equator is called equatorial region. To study about it, we are taking into consideration one country in Africa, that is the Democratic Republic of Congo. Democratic Republic of Congo. This is the country's name. In short, we call it DRC. In short, we call it DRC. So, the Democratic Republic of Congo is the country which lies in equatorial region. For example, I draw the sketch and show you. This is equator. This is Tropic of Cancer. This is Tropic of Capricorn. This is Arctic region. Circle. This is Antarctic region. So, the area which is lying between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is called equatorial region. Understand? And this area, we are going to study about this equatorial region, taking into consideration the country called Democratic Republic of Congo. In short, we call it DRC. It is in Africa. Okay. So, now we are going to, what all we learn about this particular country. This particular country, study of this particular country will make us to know about all other different countries which are lying in this equatorial region. What we are going to learn? We are going to learn about location, where it is located, its boundaries, climate. We are learning about the climate of this place. Then we are learning about the crops and minerals, industries, life of the people, important cities, life of the people, etc. These are the various points we are going to discuss in our class. What we are learning? We are learning about the location of the place, we are learning about its boundaries, we are learning about its climate, crops, minerals, life of the people, what industries are there, which rivers flow there, and what are the what important cities are there. All these things we are going to study in this particular lesson, the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is the part of equatorial region. So what we are going to study? We are going to study about the equatorial region through the lesson called the Democratic Republic of Congo. Why? Because the whole world, based on the climatic variations in different parts of the world, is divided among 6 major climatic divisions or physical divisions. As you know, last year you learnt Indian physical divisions: northern mountains, northern plains, desert, Deccan plateau, coastal region, islands, etc. Same way, even the whole world is also divided into 6 different physical features called equatorial region, grasslands, polar region, deserts, Mediterranean region and monsoon region. So, out of these 6, we are learning only about 4. One is equatorial region, one is desert, one is polar region and other is grassland. So, let us start with equatorial region. Equatorial region is situated between 23.5 degree north latitude, that is the Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree south latitude, that is Tropic of Capricorn, and the area which is lying between these 2 latitudes is called the equatorial region. What is the speciality of this region? This is the hottest area on the earth. Why it is hottest? Because the sun's rays fall vertically on this area. Means the sun's rays fall straightly on this area and they cover only small portion of the land. That is why the small portion of the land where sun's rays fall vertically straightly on the earth, that area receives more heat. As it receives more heat, it becomes the hottest region on the earth. That's why what happens? Whatever water bodies around in that area are there, water in them get evaporated very quickly and go high up in the atmosphere and form clouds and cause rainfall almost every day. Heavy rainfall I can say. By noon the weather becomes cloudy and humid, and by 3 to 4 o'clock it will get more and more rainfall. This is how every day, almost every day, heavy rainfall is received in this particular area. So, the climate of this area is dry, I can say hot and humid. Humid means having more and more water vapor in the air is called humidity. Means humid climate means what? The climate which has more and more water vapor in the air is called humid weather. Okay, that is how we get lot of humidity and lot of heat in this equatorial region. So let us study about it. Before going to that, I would like to show you the map of the world, wherein you are going to know about different countries which lie in this equatorial region. Okay, let us start. I have to hold it and show. I can't have anything here. So look here, just 1 minute. This is 0 degree latitude, that is equator. Okay, see the movement of my hand. This is equator. The areas around the equator are called equatorial region. So here which countries you find? Colombia, Brazil, Peru, and here we have Angola, Zambia, and we have Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, Central African Republic, Uganda, Tanzania, etc. And coming to this side, we have Indonesian islands in the equatorial region. So what we have? Some parts of South Africa, they are Colombia, Brazil, Peru. Here we have Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, then Indonesian islands. These parts come under the equatorial region. What are they? Some important countries in the South American continent. Peru, Cambodia, Brazil. Peru, Cambodia and Brazil. Coming to Africa, mainly central, in the center of Africa we have Democratic Republic of Congo. Around it we have Uganda and Sudan and Republic of Africa and Angola. So many such countries. Okay, then coming towards the east, we have only the New Zealand islands. So this is what are the countries which lie in the equatorial region. So among them, we have taken the Democratic Republic of Congo for our study. We have taken Democratic Republic of Congo for our study. So this Democratic Republic of Congo is located at the center of Africa, towards its west completely, towards the western part, center and western part. Understand? All around there are so many other small countries, some 8 to 10. Here Congo is there. Here Democratic Republic of Africa is there. Here Sudan is there. Here we have Uganda, Zambia. Understand? And here we have Angola. Understand? So many such countries are around it. And it has a humid climate. Let me show you. Democratic Republic of Congo is located on the western side of African continent here. Okay. Equator passes through the northern part of this country. It is like this, children. So equator passes through the northern part here. Some part comes So it is around the equator. It is surrounded by Congo on the west. Here a small country called Congo is there. Understand? Central African Republic here. Sudan here. Understand? Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi. Here small countries. Then and Tanzania we have on the east. Zambia and Angola in the south. Like this we have so many countries which are its neighboring countries. What are they? Congo, Central African Republic, Sudan, and we have Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, Zambia and Angola are the neighboring countries which are surrounding this part. Understand? Congo is the important river of this area. Why it got Democratic Republic of Congo? After the important river. Second largest river of Africa. The first largest river is Nile. It is the longest river of the world also. It starts from Egypt here and flows like this, falls into the Indian Ocean, I can say. And here this starts somewhere in the hills here and it passes through. Here on port city is called Matadi is there in DRC, and it passes and falls into the Atlantic Ocean. Understand? This is the second largest river of Africa and it is the important river for the Democratic Republic of Congo. So Congo, DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo is also known as DRC. I said it. In short, we call it DRC. So I repeat, it is always we call it DRC. It lies in the Congo basin. It lies in the Congo River basin or Zaire River basin. Other name for Congo River is Zaire. It is the most important river of Africa. And it is also known as the highway of Central Africa. Why? Because due to heavy rainfall, thick forests grow here. Hot weather, hot sun and heavy rainfall is suitable for growing thick forests. That's why very tall trees grow with very broad branches. These branches mix with each other, knit with each other, forming a canopy, means a roof-like object. Means its leaves are also very broad and its branches are also very big. That is how they make the roof-like formation, which is called canopy, because of which sun's rays do not reach the earth at all. As the sun's rays do not reach the earth remains damp throughout the year. Damp ante pachiga untundi, burda all the time. That's why people cannot walk easily through this damp land. That's why they take the help of Zaire River. They use Zaire River for their transportation and they cross the river and reach the destinations, different parts of this land. That's why it is known as the highway of Central Africa. All the countries which are in Central Africa take the Congo River as the means of transport and they use a water transport for their transportation and reach different parts of the world. And this river has so many lakes all around. Among all the lakes, Tanganyika lake is very important. Understand? The source of this river, Congo River, is in Tanganyika and Meru lakes. Other lakes here are, Edward, Kivu, Tanganyika, Albert. These all lakes are formed by the river Congo. What are Kivu, Tanganyika, Edward and one more what? Albert. These four main lakes are formed by the river Congo. Understand? And it falls into the sea in the place called Matadi. Matadi is the important city of DRC. It is the port city, seaport also. And Kinshasa is the capital of DRC, as New Delhi is the capital of India. So Kinshasa is the capital of DRC. So here we stop. Location, neighboring countries we learned today. Tomorrow we are going to learn about climate, vegetation, wildlife, agriculture, all other factors about the DRC. Today what we learned? Location, neighboring countries, and little bit about the river Congo. So here we stop today, and tomorrow we will continue with the same lesson with new topics. So thank you children. Being the first day, I don't want to overburden you. That's why I am stopping here. So thank you and see you tomorrow.